You been good?
I've been doing very well. Thank you for asking.
That is amazing. I love that for you. Now, okay, see, I got a 14-year-old son. I hear you have a 2-year-old and a 21-year-old. How are you handling that? Because that's a huge gap.
Oh, I heard your murmur of judgment.
Oh.
And I agree. It was a choice. But I like it. My life has changed so much. You know, I had my first son when I was just 20 years old. Still hadn't gotten going in comedy and stuff. And this last weekend got to celebrate both their birthdays. Had a Spider-Man party for my 2-year-old, and then I took my 21-year-old to a strip club in New Orleans.
Oh my goodness. What was that like?
I could not be prouder of him. If you want to judge what your parenting has done, take your kid to a strip club. He was such a gentleman. He was so kind, so sweet. Every time strippers would walk around, even if he'd seen him before, they would come by and he'd go, "Hi, my name is Malcolm. What is your name?"
And you was a proud dad, huh?
I was proud. I had a guy come up to me. He was like, "Man, I hope one day I could be as good of a dad."
That is so funny. And then speaking of kids and fathers, Father's Day is coming up. Do you have any plans for that?
Oh, I love Father's Day. My plan on Father's Day, because my boys changed my life. If I didn't have my son when I was younger, I don't think I would have became a comedian. I wouldn't have had the drive to do the things I wanted to do. So now, every Father's Day, I just try to spend the day with them. We'll go to the zoo. We'll do something fun. We'll go to the movies, which is like they watch each other and I sleep, and that's great.
At the movies?
Yes.
Ain't that the perfect place to go?
I love it. I feel like they could sell more tickets if they just called it snacking and sleeping.
You know what? I love that.
Yeah. Just give me popcorn and an eye mask and be like, "Wake me up in 2 hours."
And they don't know the difference because they're being entertained. Now, speaking of your oldest son, he has autism, and you designed a shoe to help people with special needs. Can you tell us more about that?
My son was diagnosed when he was 2 years old, and it was a big change in my life and the way I went about my life. It has brought so many wonderful things to me now, and one of those is I have a partnership with Puma and Foot Locker where I get to design sneakers. And
that's awesome.
Thank you. And there have been some other partnerships where I've designed cool-looking sneakers, but, you know, I'm having a son with autism. I wanted to design some that had accessibility in mind, and you didn't have to tie them if you don't need it. My son doesn't like to tie his shoes. I don't like to tie my shoes.
I don't either.
So you don't have to tie these ones.
Okay, I'm down for that, baby. That's for sure. Send me a pair, okay?
Absolutely, we got you.
That. Now, you're a designer, you advocate, you're an actor, you're currently doing a comedy tour. Like, how do you have time for everything? How do you balance it all?
I don't. I'm very tired all the time.
I understand that too.
I'm just tired. I sleep. I nap a lot on a plane, or a car, wherever I can nap. I'm napping, basically. And then other than that, I just try to be grateful because all the things that seem like obstacles or things like burdens are the things that I was praying for and begging for when I was in my 20s.
I say the same thing. You better speak. I gotta ask you this, who are some of your favorite comedians?
Oh, absolutely. My biggest influences, this might be a little different from most, but Lucille Ball was my biggest comedian.
Nice. I think we all love Lucille Ball, yeah.
Yeah, just growing up in the south side of Chicago, which always wasn't the, the easiest place.
Oh my goodness, I understand that.
So having that show made everything seem simpler and easier, and I learned the rhythm of comedy from watching that, and then learning how much of a boss that Lucille was, and it's always been a big influence on me.
That is awesome, and you're awesome. Listen, because you do so many things, which is your favorite? Like acting, doing comedy? If you had to pick, because I get asked this question a lot, so I'm going to ask you that.
It changes. Right now, my favorite thing is doing jujitsu, though. I've been taking jiu-jitsu for about 16 months. After I got separated and was going through the divorce, and I was like, I gotta choke someone in a safe setting.
Oh my goodness, in a safe setting.
Yeah, I won't get in trouble. I'm not trying to do nothing bad.
but get it all out right there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your show, Luke, season 2.
Yes.
It's hilarious and you're amazing. It's on Apple TV Plus. Y'all make sure you check it out. Can you tell us more about the show?
Yeah, absolutely. It stars Maya Rudolph, who is a complete and utter legend that I get to work with. And she plays a billionaire divorcee, and unlike most billionaires, she actually wants to do something positive with her money and decides to give it away. And the show kind of goes through the struggles of that and her, and it's like a romantic workplace comedy as well. And it's like, it's one of the best shows. The music is great, the artistry is beautiful, you gotta watch it.
Yes, the cast is amazing, the concept is awesome. I love the show, it's so good. I gotta ask you, because how you thinking, like, what would you do if you had $1 billion? What would you do, Ron?
Oh, if I had $1 billion, I'd buy my own island where the laws do not apply to me. I'd probably buy a bunch of animals that you're not supposed to own and make them my butlers, most likely.
Make them the butlers?
Yeah.
I love this. Okay. And then this season, you have an episode that's dedicated to Taylor Swift. Now, where do you rate on the scale of a Swiftie? Like, from what?
I'd say when I started, probably about a 3 or 4. I knew of her. She was in the ether. And then the more you learn about her, the more you're like, oh, this lady can write a song that makes you, if you going through some heartbreak or you want revenge, she got you. She's a great person, good human being. I was working and met her boyfriend. He seems nice too. They seem like a good couple.
They do.
Yeah.
He said her boyfriend. Oh my goodness.
I don't like to give him a name. To me, he's just her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I caught it. I said, wait, her boyfriend.
So many people, women get judged by their men all the time. Let's do the reverse. That is just Taylor Swift's boyfriend who plays football on occasion.
You better sip from the... Did y'all catch that? Oh, right. You said flip it. That is right. Speaking of flipping, you also get to wrestle. Well, tell me about that.
Yeah. On this new season of Loot, we have this whole arc about me starting to own a wrestling league and having a wrestling match, and it came from actually a couple years ago. I trained to become a pro wrestler.
You did?
I did. Yeah, I put people through tables and chairs.
Oh, my God. Hey, so you always love wrestling?
I loved it since I was 5 years old. Chicago is a big wrestling city, and I go to the Rosemont Horizon when I was a kid, watching Hulk Hogan and Earthquake and Undertaker. And I always either wanted to be a comedian or pro wrestler, and I was like, this comedy thing's good.
This is where you could blend them together and do both.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. You're also an amazing voice actor, and you have a movie coming out next week, Inside Out 2. What do the emotions in your head sound like?
Oh, all the time. Oh, it's just a general thing in my head all the time that just is like, be healthy, it's a new day. You can take charge, work out, be healthy. You gotta be around to see your sons grow up, have grandkids, great-grandkids. And then 30 seconds later, it's like, ooh, what's the crumble cookie of the week?
That was excellent. I'm gonna think about the voices in my head and emotions. But until then, thank you so much for being here. Will you come back again and see us?
Anytime you have me.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.